Today, we ask the question, is single-minded Fury going to reign supreme over Titan's Grip for Fury Warriors in World of Warcraft Dragonflight? The current way how a lot of warriors are building their warrior talent trees for Fury ends up not selecting Titan's Grip. And ultimately, the reason why is because just the damage throughput of Bloodthirst is way too strong, and the benefits that you get from dual wielding with two one-handed weapons end up outweighing that greatly. We currently have 6 different modifiers for Bloodthirst alone. We have improved Bloodthirst with 30% increased damage. We have Blood Craze, your Bloodthirst increases critical strike chance of your next Bloodthirst by 10%, stacking up 5 times. Vicious Contempt, Bloodthirst deals 40% additional damage to enemies below 35%. We get Fresh Meat. First time you Bloodthirst a target, you get guaranteed Enrage. On top of that, you have a 15% increased chance to trigger Enrage. We get Cold Steel, Hot Blood, Bloodthirst critical strikes generate 1 additional rage and inflict gushing wounds. And then we have Cadence. Bloodthirst increases your haste by 1% for 12 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And when we go to the right side of the tree for warriors, we have Titan's Grip, and then we get increased damage on Raging Blow. That's it. You could go Onslaught, rarely ever taken. You can go for Pulverize. You end up taking Cruelty if you're single-minded Fury or Titan's Grip, and then you have Meat Cleaver for more Whirlwind damage. And when you go down the right side of the tree, you end up getting Siegebreaker, Deafening Crash, which just makes it so Siegebreaker deals additional damage as duration is increased, Ravager, which is for AoE, and increase the duration of Ravager. This side of the tree, the left side, feels pretty decent, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. And you could go for the argument that, hey, there we go, boom, now we're Titan's Grip, and we just spam a whole bunch of Bloodthirst. But I think there needs to be more weighing effort on the right side in order to entice players to not just end up going single-minded Fury. There's even some warriors on the alpha right now testing out a build that doesn't have Rampage or Recklessness, and that seems like a pretty big problem because that's our primary rage spender, and that's our primary cooldown to pop. Now, I'm entirely okay with having one side leaning towards single-minded Fury and the other side leaning towards Titan's Grip. But when it comes to other DPS specs, like let's say for arms, it's pretty much like a single target spec and an AoE build on left and right side. We have the AoE build and the single target, but it seems like single-minded Fury is single target damage and Titan's Grip is AoE. The other interesting play that I see is that we have Odin's Fury over here on the left side, which is more single target or single-minded Fury, and Siegebreaker on the right side, which is more of an AoE-centric type build, and the Titan's Grip build that we have. If this current talent tree goes live into Dragonflight, these at least should be switched around in my opinion. Or make Odin's Fury in the center and Siegebreaker in the center. And I don't know about you, but I'd really like to not have the scenario where I have to have 4 different weapons just so I can play 2 different builds for content. Is that you'll probably end up being a single-minded Fury warrior, and you'll have to collect 2 one-handers. And then when you want to go do Mythic Plus, you're going to go have to find 2 two-handers. It's a lot of weapon requirements for just playing one spec, but doing 2 different types of content that are both still PvE. And I think one of the simplest solutions would be have the choice between single-minded Fury or Titan's Grip at the top of the tree right here. So then you get to choose what weapon specialization you like, and then if you go down the left side, you have single target, and go down the right side, you have AoE. That way, depending on your luck in doing your dungeons or content that you enjoy doing in Dragonflight, if you end up getting 2 one-handers, sweet, one click of a button, you're good to go, and vice versa if you end up getting 2 two-handers. Obviously, keep in mind, this is the very first build for warriors in alpha. There's going to be a lot of changes coming through. I'm just trying to provide some kind of feedback, or at least my 2 cents, on the dynamic here. And on the discussion of warriors that do know what they're talking about, Max hosted a warrior class talent tree discussion, and it should be live on YouTube right now. So I highly suggest that you go give that a listen, give that a watch, and come back with some more feedback. Because those warriors on that panel definitely know a lot more than I do. Thank you all for watching, I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a legendary day.